And welcome back to the Murdy Creative Co podcast. I'm your host, Colin Murdy, and today's topic is Go West, Young Man. But first, I want to say thank you to everyone who supported the company so far. If you haven't got a chance, go check us out on the web at murdycreative.co. That's MURDY creative.co. Or you can check us out on Facebook and Instagram by searching at murdycreative.co to see the best of our product shots. Follow us, keep up to date with our daily photos, and be the first one to know about new product launches. You can also use the subscribe button at the bottom of our website to be included in all of our new product announcements. Be sure to check out our laser engraving, personalization options, and exclusive colors on the website, or you can get a blank one on Amazon Prime. All right. That was tough to get through that opening. One more thing to just note before we get started into this one, and actually it ties nicely into the topic. I will be taking off for the next 2 weeks from the podcast itself. We will be back the weekend, or the last week in July. So just definitely tune back into those Tuesdays and Thursdays for that next topic. But in the meantime, I will be taking 2 weeks off in the middle here. There's just a lot going on, and actually I will be out of town for a little bit. So one of the things I will be out of town doing is heading to a family trip that we've taken every year when we can. I had COVID last year, and so I wasn't able to go last year, but we've taken this trip almost every year of my life, and it's to a place called Lake Powell. Now, for those of you who have never been out of either a big city or really, if you're from the Midwest, out west into the American Southwest, it is something that absolutely needs to be done. There's something about the American Southwest that has this deeply, I guess, romantic history. For me personally, as well as I think in kind of the archetypical mind of the American. It is one of the last few places, I think, where you as a person standing in the American Southwest can truly understand what it meant to become a pioneer and to be part of that tradition of leaving your town and going out to the middle of nowhere, the great unknown, staking your claim and building something. Lake Powell is a reservoir that was built, I believe, in the 60s. I think 62 was when it was either 62 or 65. I think 62 was when the dam got started building, and then 65 was when the lake actually filled up. But it's part of the lower Colorado River. So the Colorado River, once it flows, with the snow melt, flows down into what is Lake Powell. They built a dam, the Glen Canyon Dam. Glen Canyon, that's not right. Anyway. And once the dam was built, the lake began to fill up. Now, it's a massive 186-mile-long lake that is this winding serpent of blue amongst these gorgeous mesas of bright orange sandstone. It is some of the most unbelievable and beautiful areas you've ever seen. And if you're curious, go Google Lake Powell and you will find some incredible images that will just blow you away. And what I could tell you, having looked at those images, is it's actually a lot better than the images in real life. It's hard to believe that. There's a lot of times where you look at an image and you're like, wow, that looks a lot nicer than what it could. No, it's actually that beautiful. It's even more beautiful in many places than the photos can possibly compare. And the thing that you really get when you are at Lake Powell is the scale and the scope of the world. Because we have a timeshare on a houseboat out on the water, and it's beautiful out there. And it's kind of like camping, right? It's camping in the middle of nowhere. It's a little nicer than camping because, you have a bathroom and, running water if you need it. So that's not too bad. But it is magnificent desolation, which is the quote used to describe the moon. I think it's the closest thing on earth to magnificent desolation. And I can actually there's actually factual evidence to support that assertion in that the similar areas of that in Utah, Arizona, Nevada, places like that, are used by NASA to train their astronauts what it's like to be on the moon. So it has a certain similarity to that. It means a lot to me to go out there. I think, and I've been struggling with this a lot the last couple of days. It's because of a TikTok I saw, actually. It was a TikTok. It's a comedian. I wish I could remember who. If I can remember who, I might put it in the comments below or in the description of the podcast. But he is lying in bed And then it jumps to him as well, watching him with the word phone taped to his forehead. And the main character wakes up and he looks at his phone, and his phone's like, "You want me to do it? You want me to do it?" He's like, "Yeah, go ahead." And then him as the phone, shines a giant bright light in his face and says all of these, it just starts spewing off this news feed of what's going on. And it's just this, it's both unrelenting and horrible. But it's precisely what it's like to wake up and look at your phone. You have 47 likes on your Instagram photo. And it's this ongoing thing that and then the guy goes, he's wait for a second. The phone goes, "Yeah. You think this is bad for my mental health?" And the phone goes, "No, I don't think so." And he goes, "All right, I'm going to go get some coffee. I need you to keep doing this all day long." And then that's the end of it. And it's this really funny TikTok, but it made me think about how my mental health is made so much worse by my phone. And one of the things about going to Lake Powell that has always been a blessing, as kids we thought it was the worst. As high schoolers, it was the worst. But as an adult, I absolutely appreciate it. Was you don't have good cell service out there. If you have cell service at all, most places you do not have cell service. And it's anxiety inducing for about the first hour. And then it is the most freeing and relaxing thing you could possibly imagine. I'll set the stage for you. You get out of the airplane, either in Salt Lake City or in Phoenix. If you're really lucky, the air service from Phoenix to Page is running, so you can get out of the airplane at Page. And you step off the plane into this unbearably dry heat. And you take a shuttle or you drive the car down to the edge of the water. And when you are driving, it's these hills, it's just sandstone everywhere and you can see mountains 50 miles away. It's just on the very edge, and there's massive mountains, and it's just flat, beautiful terrain with these cliffs and these hills in there. And then as you approach, suddenly the blue of the water strikes you. And the blue is so stark against the orange background that it just immediately it looks so refreshing. And you pull up to the water, you park your car. In this particular case, because the boat will have already been prepared by my parents, who are getting there earlier than we are, thank goodness, because I've done the loading of the boat, and it would be very difficult to imagine with an 18-month-old child. But we pull up, and we step out on a boat, a little motorboat, and it takes us to the houseboat. And from that point on, we have no cell service. And there's a little bit of like, oh, what's going on? But then you check your phone about twice or maybe 3 times, and you don't have cell service any of those times. And so there's no notifications, there's no internet, there's nothing. The time looks back at you. So you lock your phone, you put it away. Maybe you put it in the glove compartment of the boat, and as you're riding along, and then you kind of realize that there's nothing to do, nothing to think about, nothing to be around, nothing to worry about, except for what's right around you. And it is the most stunningly beautiful and unusual thing you'll ever look at. It's for someone who grew up in the Midwest, where it's lush and green and there's corn everywhere. Going to a place like that it's like going to Mars. And then you arrive on the boat, and we're there for like a week. But by about day 3, you have no sense of time. There's no watches. You have no idea what time of day it is. It's like it's morning, middle of the day, or evening. Like that's or afternoon and then evening. There's 4 days, right? And you hike, or you go in the boat, or you swim, go in the kayak. You just do normal stuff. You read books if you want, but there's nothing outside of the boat. There's nothing in your world except for what's within your line of sight on this boat. Now, that can go quite a ways, but it's not that interesting as far as there's not a lot happening in that line of sight. I remember one year we go to the marina to get some fuel and supplies, and the flag is at half-mast. And I pull it, I go, "Dad, we got to go check on what happened." And he goes, "What do you mean?" I said, "That flag is half-mast. For all we know, the president died." Because you wouldn't know about that. With no cell service and with no communication with the outside world, you have no idea what's going on. So we pull in, and it was at half-mast for some other reason. But it's that kind of feeling where something could happen and you'd have no idea. And you'd think that would be anxiety inducing. You'd think that would make you worry, but it really doesn't. It is the exact opposite effect. And this year, I am so looking forward to it because this year, for the first time in a couple of years, I have a team of people who are all exceptionally competent, very skilled, dedicated individuals who will be able to keep the company going without problems while I'm gone. And so I won't have to worry. I'll be able to just go out and enjoy it. I've even been thinking about getting a second phone and getting one of those e-ink phones. I don't know if you've ever heard of these, but they're a type of phone where rather than having a touch screen that's a traditional LCD screen, it is e-ink. So it looks like paper. It's just black and white. And the phones I've been looking at that are the e-ink phones, they basically can do three things. They can call, they can text, and maybe they can play music. I mean, they have like an alarm clock too, so you can do that. But I've been thinking about this because I'm almost getting to the point now where I want to turn my normal phone off. Have my e-ink phone be my primary phone, and if the team needs me to check something or look at something or something needs to be done, I can turn my phone on to go do that and then turn it back off. That way I don't have to get bothered by notifications and I don't have to get bothered by the news that's going on. And I think that it's exceptionally detrimental to people's mental. I think most of the major problems that we have today as a generation, my generation, with depression and dealing with anxiety and frustration and anger and all of that, I think that is deeply related to the fact that we spend all of our time dealing with everyone else's problems, hearing about everyone else's problems, thinking about the problems of the world. I mean, even if you think 50 years ago, television was still, well, that was the 70s. It's more like 70 years ago. Television was brand new. And all you had to deal with was the radio. And the radio only played specific times. And it really only gave you bulletin updates. But for the most part, you lived your life in the moment. You lived your life from a day-to-day standpoint. The problems that you had to deal with were the problems of your life and the problems of your community. And I think that is so much better than what we do now, where we just constantly are worried about the entire world. Because that is exhausting and daunting and frustrating. And that is why I am so looking forward to being able to get away. And every time I do that, every time I go out to Powell, I have time to really think about the company, really think about what I want out of life. I can think about bigger picture problems and things that need to get solved that I haven't really had time to deal with. And I'm really looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to time where I can sit and there's no other option but to live in the moment. All right, folks, thanks for tuning in today. Be sure to check back in 2 weeks from now on Tuesday, the week of the 26th, the 27th. So that Tuesday and Thursday is the last week of July is when I'll be back. And I'm sure by that point there will be a lot of updates because we will be moving within that week. So I'll keep you posted about that. And if something comes to me while I'm out at Lake Powell or on our other trips, I will be sure to include you guys in those brain blasts if there are any. We've got a lot of exciting stuff coming. We really do. Be sure to hit that notification bell and subscribe to the channel so you make sure to get notified when we do launch new stuff. If you have any questions or concerns about your leather binder, journal, folio, anything else we sell, feel free to contact us on the main page of our website at Murdy Creative Co. Or you can contact us via Instagram and Facebook. You can call, text, email, direct message, all the usuals. We'll be sure to get back to you as soon as we can. If you want to give us a phone call, it's 414-434-9001. You can call or text that number Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Central Time. We don't work federal holidays, but otherwise we're pretty much available during that time. If you don't get a hold of us during that time or after hours, feel free to leave us a voicemail. We'll do our best to get back to you as soon as we can. So appreciate your patience, and we look forward to hearing from you if you've got questions. If you think you deserve it, a good review can go a long way to help us grow our new community. If you want to check out our many, many amazing reviews that we have, go to murdycreative.co/reviews. You can read all of the reviews there. There's another button that when you click it takes you to facebook.com/murdycreative.co/reviews. You click on, do you recommend the Murdy Creative Company? You click yes, and then you can write your wonderful review. We read them. We love them. I read a lot of them out loud to the team. and we put them on the wall of the workshop. So it's something that is always encouraging to us, and we really do appreciate it. If you leave a bad review for whatever reason, there's another button there. Click that. That'll get you directly in contact with us. We really, really, really want everyone to enjoy working with the company and to have a pleasant experience. No matter what the problem is, no matter what the issue is, please give us an opportunity to make it right. It is important to me personally that everyone has a good experience with the company. So before you write a bad review, please give us an opportunity. We will make it right. We can do anything and everything up to including refunds, recrafting, a whole bunch of options. So give us that opportunity. If you want to help us grow in your community as well, word of mouth is the best form of advertising. So tell your friends. It really does help us. Tell your friends about the podcast. Tell your friends about the company. If you want to get a little something for doing that, go to the MurdyCreative Co website. In the bottom left-hand corner, there's a little button there. Click that. That'll be the rewards button. You can log in there, and then once you're logged in, you get 5% back on every purchase you make as in-store credit. But you also get a shareable link there. If you share that link with your friends and family and they make a purchase, they get $5 off their first purchase, and you get $5 of in-store credit. So it helps you, it helps them, and it helps us. So go check that out if you're interested, and go join that. If you have any podcast topics you want to hear more about, send them my way. I am always happy to talk about just about anything I can. So leave it in the comment below on YouTube or send us an email at sales@murdycreative.co, sales@murdycreative.co if you're interested, and I would be happy to talk about just about anything. If you're looking for multiple binders, for gifts, giveaways, menus, really any reason, you can either ask about our bulk discounts if you want to kind of strategize and you're not sure exactly what quantity you need and you want to kind of figure out the best option. Alternatively, there's bulk discounts built right into the cart. So you just add whatever you want to your cart. It's based off your total cart quantity. So you can mix and match to your heart's desire. Whatever you add to your cart, the bulk discount will be automatically applied, which is great. And it'll automatically apply the correct discount. So just add your stuff to your cart and you can get that. If you're looking for a custom engraved item, we have no minimum order quantities and no setup fees. It's just a flat fee, normally $15. You can go up a little bit if it's a really large or complicated design. But otherwise, it's just a flat fee of $15 per item. And if you're getting a bulk engraving, or a bulk purchase, I should say, it actually will be a lot less than that because that is pre-bulk discount. So check that out. You can either get just one or you can get a whole bunch with that custom engraving. If you want to learn more about that process, go to MurdyCreative.co, and there's a specialty tab. Under that specialty tab, there's a custom/bulk page that's got all the details. You can reach out to us as well if you have questions at sales, SALES, at MurdyCreative.co. That's sales@MurdyCreative.co. We'll be happy to help you. Alternatively, if you're having trouble getting a hold of us, just check out the contact on the main page. You can get to contact us through that contact form. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Have a great day, and goodbye.